Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Wordle with Art. All right, let's get cracking here. We're going to still punch in SLATE, but I've got a little bit of an update for you guys. Okay, this is interesting. So basically, normally I would do corny. However, let's put in crony. Not that it's going to make a huge difference, I don't think. Yet would have literally made no difference, right? But no sooner than I finished the video, I decided to say to myself, you know what? I mean, come on, I'm running my own tournament, hanging on for dear life to top 10. Yes, I made top 10, but it was ever so close. And then I look in the comments and I see that a few of you, your goal is to beat Art. Well, if that's your goal and I have a target on my back, I got to get my act together. So I felt to myself that although learning the Scoredle words was helpful, it definitely improved my average, maybe by about 0.2 or 0.3 guesses. I felt that there was something lacking. Like sometimes it would hit like a laser, other times it would be a complete dud. And I wanted to try to remove those duds. So what I did is I actually created my own program, my own algorithm in Python. And I hope, we'll find out, remedied it a little bit by basically saying to myself, the main issue with the Scoredle algorithm is that it's based off of, like, let me just check right here. Yeah, it's based off of 14,855 guesses. And that's because it's filled with basically a lot of useless words. I mean, I'm sure they're all wonderful, but who knows what they mean? And if it's using those in order to, remove words from the database, that doesn't seem very efficient for me, and there's probably even better words that we can use for the second guess. So I basically created my own algorithm with a much smaller database and just kind of removed, almost manually, to be quite honest, it was quite painstaking, but just sort of manually removed literally thousands and thousands of words that just seemed a little bit too esoteric for my taste. And so, yeah, and interestingly, my algorithm now tells me just to switch it up a tiny bit and to do crony instead of corny. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see if this, does any better for me. This obviously wouldn't do any differently than if I had done corny. So this is not really the best day to figure out if my new algorithm is any better, but it's okay. It's totally okay. So what would we do here? What would we do here? Let's see. We are going to do, oh no, I think this is, okay. Is this sort of a trap? No. Okay. Thankfully, it's not an unny trap, funny bunny, all that stuff. So we don't have to worry about that. What would be a good word here? And again, if you do this approach, guys, and you want to write your own program to do something like this, you can really only take it to this second level, because from here, it would spawn many more possibilities, and it just becomes, just lethally difficult to try to memorize that much. But this at least gives you a good starting point. But, I still have my work cut out for me. I mean, this is not a panacea. It's just, giving me hopefully a slight edge with the new second word. But I'd still have to figure out what to do with this, right? 3 definitely doesn't look good. 3 is not going to happen today, that's for sure. Because we still have the U and the I sitting somewhere. All right. What about, okay, and it probably is just one of the two. So what if we did something with an, it's almost nifty, but we don't have the T. Okay, here's the deal. I think we can, think about this a little bit better. The vowel is most certainly going to have to come. Okay. The vowel is going to most certainly have to come. It can't come before the Y. That doesn't seem right for the U or the I, which we're missing, to come directly in front of the Y. No, I don't believe so. So it's going to be maybe So it could be second or third. It's going to be second or third, I think, right? Windy. Finally, at least I found one. All right, windy. I don't think we've had it. It's a very strong guess. Let's just try that. All right. So I hope it's not a trap. Oh my God, I can't get another 5. Can't get another 5. So you see, guys, even just tweaking, the Scoredle algorithm is not, necessarily going to, always help. But I think windy was a great guess, but what can you do, right? I just hope that I'm not in a situation where I should have done a tester word first, and now I'm stuck with some stupid trap. I will be fine with a 4 today, I think. I think I'll be fine with a 4. This word must be... darn it, though. These 4s are not going to help. Right now, my average is exactly 4, so just got to try to, crank it up a notch. Come on. What is this silly word? I mean, it's not kinky, is it? Oh, pinky. I think pinky's a better guess. Yeah, pinky. All right. Yeah, I don't know about kinky. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that word would be removed. All right, so, not a disaster, one step better than yesterday. And we are at a 70-game winning streak, so that's not bad. So by the end of March, with another roughly exactly 25 days, I'll be at 95. So right during that first week of April, if all goes well, we'll be at 100. Just as long as we don't get into any horrible traps like with, Riper, which I barely survived. All right. I don't know if I'm going to really want to always do Scoredle anymore, but it's okay. We can still give it a shot. It's always good to see, how we did against that guy. So we'll do Scoredle. We'll do Scoredle real quick. I know that some of you like to check that out. So here's Scoredle. So what it's going to do, of course, it's not going to do crony. It does corny. So SLATE corny. It's funny. It could do my path. It could either do my path or pinky. I think it's just going to come down to one of the two. I could actually just go for it and predict SLATE corny, windy, pinky. Why not? I mean, I have no idea which order it would go. So let's give it a shot. The answer was pinky. SLATE. I'll do mine, though. I'll just do mine. And I can already tell it didn't quite get there. It did dingy. And then I did windy, and then pinky. And it's interesting. Yeah, it did want me to do kinky. Forget it. I did not want to do that one. I just sort of feel like that word probably might have been eliminated. I'm going to be honest, guys. This is just a quick little, art moment. I think it's a little ridiculous to remove some of the words from the original. We gotta, there's definitely some words, yes, they're deemed offensive. They, can't be used, right? In general conversation or in writing. We know what those words are. But there's sort of a point where if we remove too many words from our lexicon that certain authorities deem offensive, that's not for me, okay? I'm not a big fan of that whatsoever. Because there's a point when too much restriction on your life and, what's the point of living anymore? So I find it very silly that certain words have already been banned from that list. Now, of course, I'm making a judgment call on kinky. But I just sort of feel like that just, they're just not going to have it for some reason. Because, again, they deem it offensive to certain people who have certain sensitivities. Give me a break. Give me a break. All right. So there you have it. Hopefully that didn't ruffle any feathers. Hopefully you see my point. But, yeah, it did it in 4. And I missed the third word. It did dingy rather than pinky. All right, so I tied. All right, guys, well, listen. I hope you guys did well today. I think it's going to be a solid 4 type of word, but some 3s because it all depends on how you enter it. It all depends on how you enter the angle. And thanks so much for those in the tournament who are doing the brand new structure for the format and entering your solution. I'm actually just going to put it here right now, just as a quick reminder on how we want to set it up. But it looks like 95% of you caught on. And again, we're just going to go XXX, comma, your username, comma, the number of steps it took you, comma, what the answer was, comma, and then your path without any commas. It's that simple. And here it is right on the screen. So I really appreciate you guys following that. That's going to make uploading these results onto my spreadsheet incredibly easy. And there you have it. So we're back to a 4. We'll see if my new little algorithm can help do a little bit better. But I think that was the best I could do, because if I had used a tester word, I still would have gotten it in 4, right, guys? So yeah, not a disaster. I'm fine. We've got another 25 days left, plenty of time to help bring that average down. And again, guys, just a little reminder that in order to be in the running for a top 10, it seems like you need to have about, I'd say, no worse than a 3.6, because that was the cutoff for the top 10 for the February tournament. I think if you have 3.5 or under, you should be good to go. You should be good to go. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed today's Wordle. And yes, of course, I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow with yet another edition of Wordle with Art.